deliberately kept me in the dark about this.
It wasn't your case to begin with.
If I hate him this much, and I do, I genuinely do, then why can't I stop imagining him kissing me? Damn it. Again.
He
I
did
need
this!
you to understand something before this starts. I am not the kind of woman who loses sleep over a man. I lose sleep over cases, over evidence that doesn't add
prosecutor.
up, over names that keep appearing in files where they shouldn't be. For 6 months, I worked this case alone. Every morning before anyone else arrived. Every night after everyone left. I knew exactly what I was doing, exactly where it was going, and exactly who was guilty. And then Han Junho walked through my door. 32 years old, tall. That kind of still that isn't calm. It's calculated. Eyes that read a room the way I read a crime scene. A badge clipped to his belt and arrogance in every line of his body. He was assigned to my investigation without my permission. He sat in my chair without being invited. He rearranged my evidence wall like he owned it. I told myself I hated him. And I did. Right up until the moment I realized he was the only person in Seoul who was chasing the same truth I was. And that the truth was going to get us both killed. This is not a love story about people who are meant for each other. This is a love story about two people who were built to resist it, and what happens when the case runs out of reasons to keep their distance.
The timeline is clear. He couldn't have been there. We must move on the financial lead immediately.
Look closer at page 47.
If this signature is real, the alibi holds up.
He poured me a glass without asking. I drank it without thanking him. That was our first truce. Rain on the canvas overhead, the case file open between us because I cannot stop working even when I'm trying not to think about something. And I was, apparently, trying not to think about him. He said something about the timeline I hadn't considered. I hate that he was right. I hate more that I almost told him so. Here's what no one tells you about being in a room with someone dangerous. It's not that they threaten you, it's that they see you. And seeing makes you feel, for just 1 second, in the gap before your walls go back up. Like maybe you've been invisible for longer than you realized. I noticed his hands around the glass. I noticed the way his voice dropped when he said something true. I noticed, and I filed it away, because noticing is not the same as wanting. I told myself that. Standing in the rain outside afterward, matching his pace so he couldn't say I'd followed him, I told myself that with every step.
They stopped investigating right here.
He left
Why
the
wasn't
police
this
records on my
evidence
desk
logged?
before I arrived. He knew I needed to read them alone first. How does someone who has been in my life for 2 weeks already know that? I sat down without looking for a chair. Hands flat on the documents. The kind of thing I'd found that changes the shape of everything. And he'd handed it to me privately, without ceremony, without using it as leverage. Just here, because you need it. When he arrived and I placed the folder back on his desk, he said my name. Not Prosecutor Seo, not hey. My name. The one my mother uses. The one my colleagues never use. Just young me. I had to look away. I am a woman who has cross-examined killers without blinking. I have walked into rooms where I was not wanted and spoken with perfect composure. I have survived 6 months alone with a case that should have broken me. He said my name, and I had to look away. I filed that too. Under. Things to examine later when I'm not standing 2 feet from him.
I respectfully disagree. 어떻게 할 거야?
This is the love that doesn't announce itself, that keeps the mug on the right side of the table.
My superior slid the closure order across his desk, and I picked it up like I was receiving a verdict. Through the glass wall, I could see Junho at his desk. I felt him watching before I looked. That was already a problem. That I could feel exactly where he was in a room without looking. When I came out, he was waiting in the hallway. He should not have been waiting. He was not supposed to care about this enough to wait. I showed him the document, and he took it from my hand and tore it, precisely, deliberately, down the center, and placed one half back in my hand. No speech, no explanation, no promise that it would be okay. Just half of the thing that was trying to end us. His half, mine. I have been given gifts in my life, flowers, compliments, things that cost money. Nothing has ever felt like that piece of paper felt in my hand. Because what he was really saying was, whatever happens, I'm on your side of it. And I realized, standing in that hallway with half a torn document and his eyes on mine, that I had been waiting for someone to say exactly that for a very long time.
We have a preliminary statement from the committee. They have decided to move forward with the proposal.
The truth is, I've been scared. More scared than I let on.
You should smile more often.
Why?
This is what it means for me.
Are you scared?
Yes. Then we go faster. The shell casings connect the first two murders, and the blood type matches the third.
It's the same person. He used different weapons to mislead us.
That doesn't announce itself, that keeps a mug on the right side of the table, that adjusts a backstrap once it walks away, that says welcome back in 2 words and means all of it. The stone bench and bouquet on rooftops above us.
Are you enjoying the show, Prosecutor Seo?
I must admit, it is satisfying. I told you.
We were terrible to each other at first. You said I say
To not getting arrested.
The case was sealed, the evidence documented, both our names on the folder. We should have gone home. Instead, we were both still standing at that desk at midnight, in an empty building, with Seoul lit up through the window. And I heard myself say the truest thing I'd said since this started. I don't know how to do this, with you, outside the case. My hands were flat on the desk. I didn't look away when I said it. I've learned that honesty lands harder when you hold eye contact. I've used that in interrogations for years. This was not an interrogation. He said, 1 day at a time, no more case, just this. And he put his hand open on the desk between us, not reaching, just present, offered. And my hand moved before my mind made the decision. Over his, unhurried, deliberate, the first entirely voluntary touch between us that wasn't accidental or functional, or denied the second after. I looked up at him. He was completely open. No calculation, no guard. Just him, in the way I'd been glimpsing for weeks through every crack in the armor. Finally, entirely, here. And I thought, oh, so this is what I've been so
I
careful
didn't let
about.
myself think about coming here again. It feels different now. Better.
members. The Ministry of Justice will not tolerate corruption at any level. We are committed to transparency.
I appreciate the question, but prosecutor Seo is handling.
You let me lead out there.
You had it. Because you're better at that than anyone I've ever worked with.
Thank you. Yes, Chief. Confirmed. Thank you. Goodbye. You let me lead out there.
You had it. Because you're better at that than anyone I've ever worked with.
Thank you. Yes, Chief. Confirmed. Thank you. Goodbye.
This case cost too much. I was afraid of losing everything.
I acted strong, but at 3 in the morning, I was terrified.
부장님, 제 거치는 어떻게 되는 겁니까?
예상보다 잘 됐더만.
A special prosecutor's assignment in another city. 3 months.
When do you decide?
I already decided.
When do you leave?
2 weeks. Tell me what you're thinking.
This is the right choice for you.
I know it is. We
You have to go here when you return.
Yes, I'd love to. 다녀와서 연락드릴게요.
조심히 가요.
준호야. We finalized the contracts today. Can you believe it?
You did well.
At the station, he
The office
adjusted my
isn't the
bag
same
strap
without you, though.
once, practically. Then his hands went back to his pockets, because that's what he does when he's containing something. I know his tells now. I spent months reading him like evidence. I said his name the way I've said it since the evidence room. He looked at me like it costs him something every time. Then I left. 3 months. I don't know how I know about the mugs. He sent me a photo once, late at night, with no caption. Just the 2 mugs on the table. My side empty, waiting. I looked at that photo for a long time. Working in another city, I found myself doing things I don't usually do. Calling to tell him something that wasn't urgent. Laughing in the split screen of our calls at things that weren't that funny. Looking at places in that city and thinking, he would notice that. He would have something to say about that specific thing. This is what it means to be known by someone. Not in the general way people think they know you, in the specific way, the mug on the right side way, the adjusting the bag strap once way. I came home in winter light and he was already there in the arrivals hall. He said, "You look well." I said, "You grew your stubble. Don't shave it." And then neither of us moved for a second, and then both of us did.
와, 이 기와집 좀 봐. 정말 멋지다. 저 문양은 학을 의미하는데 장수를 기원하는 거야.
그걸 어떻게 알았어?
그냥
He said he was worse at first. I said he wasn't. And then we were both laughing in a stone alley, and I thought, 6 months alone with a case file, and it led here. I don't know how to explain what it feels like to be loved by a man like Han Junho. It doesn't announce itself. It keeps a mug on the right side of the table for 3 months. It tears a document in half and gives you your half. At the river, his arm around my shoulders. I turned to look at him. He felt it and turned to me. 1 second. Both of us unhidden. Seoul around us. The water below. The whole impossible thing earned.